Hello people, it's me Jess, here with another reading. Hello and welcome to our What's Ahead reading for July 2021. I just wanted to say that I've already done the soul focus, and if you haven't checked that one out, there was a lot of really specific messages that came through for July, so maybe you want to check that one out as well. But yeah, now let's do this. You guys know that sometimes I've been doing this where I've been showing the bottom card when I think that it's relevant to the message, and we have Strength, which is the Bearberry card at the bottom of the deck. And so I feel like whatever's going to happen here in the month of July, I feel like for the most part, you're going to have a calm, centered presence. There's a strong sense of abundance just coming from your energy. There's a strong sense of strength. And for a lot of you, there's like a really easygoing kind of attitude, like whatever's going to come is going to come. And some of you guys, I feel like you've built up some kind of momentum here. If that's not the case, then I feel like this is exactly the energy that this is building up to. We're just gonna have to see what comes out in each one of these readings. But I think it's all centered around strength, calmness, abundance, stability. And for some of you guys, I think this has to do with family, it has to do with tradition, and it has to do with possibly even a job or career. So, okay, now that we've said that, you know the drill. 3 piles here, pile 1, 2, and 3. I'll put the picture up if you want to look at that. Otherwise, I'll see you at your pile. Okay, pile number 1. This is definitely the pile that is going on vacation, but it doesn't have to be. I can read this in another way. I'm getting a lot of messages, so only take what resonates, but I'm feeling like what is ahead in the month of July. A lot of you guys are going on vacation. 8 of Wands a lot of times is air travel, and then you've got this King of Cups who's on his own little island here enjoying himself, drink in hand. And you've got this Sunshine card, you've got this fire energy. So yeah, I feel like this looks like a vacation here for a lot of you guys, a little timeout, if you will. Literally with the 2 of Swords down here, it feels like a pause button, which, I mean, what's a vacation if not a pause button? But this kind of feels like a little bit more. I feel like a lot of you guys are maybe leaders in your life where you have to make a lot of big decisions here for people, and that's going to kick back up again. So the cards are just saying, like, enjoy this time, because I do feel like, and I think you know this, because I feel like your life's maybe a little bit hectic or a little bit crazy because of your job, because of your role, because of maybe even because of this Emperor. Now, if you don't do something in your life where you're making a lot of decisions for people, I feel like most of you do though, whether this is in a business sense, whether this is, even if you're a stay-at-home parent and you have to make a lot of decisions for your kids around the house, that kind of thing, it's got that energy to it. I feel like there's a certain decision or something that you're putting off making in the month of July in order to relax, rejuvenate, balance out your energies, enhance your life. And I feel like that kind of, it's like you're trying to get away from it, but it does kind of weigh on your mind here with the moon, because you're actually showing up as the moon, and you also have the moon at the bottom of the astrological deck over here. And the moon is interesting energy. It rules over luxuries, and I say that because you've got Jupiter, Venus down here, which is another comfort, luxurious kind of an energy. So I do feel like one of the messages that's coming through is like, you have really worked hard and earned this vacation in whatever this is that you are doing. This to me is a Purvabhadra energy, this King of Cups, and that is an energy that comes into this life with a lot of blessings, a lot of abundance, a lot of financial abundance, but this is an energy that likes to take care of other people, that can give a lot of charity and can be in a position of power, that kind of thing. So, but to me, it's also lion lamb energy. And actually, I just noticed this male lion up here. Purvabhadra, it's yoni energy, it's sexual energy, is the male lion. And so I think you guys are looking really good here in the month of July. People are noticing you. You just have like this presence to you that I think draws the eye. But I feel like there is also this energy of you wanting a little bit of isolation, wanting to be alone, and especially with the High Priestess up here, I feel like your life, maybe it's not exactly what it seems on the surface. And for some of you, I want to say this involves a relationship with this Jupiter Venus. yeah, like maybe that is for some of you guys the decision that you're trying to make. Oh yeah, because look at this up here. I just looked up here and she is very clearly looking over here at this family situation. So again, a lot of sun energy, a lot of leonine energy, a lot of lion heart. I just heard lion heart. A lot of that lion heart energy. I feel like, yeah, in a way you guys are holding yourselves back and being very quiet about something. So maybe some of you are making a decision whether or not to make some kind of announcement or to respond to something or how to respond to something. Okay, so like, yeah, like I said, I'm getting a lot of messages here for this pile. So I am just noticing that she's looking over here at this 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is... it's a complex card. I think there could be a lot of money involved in whatever this decision is. It could involve a family. It could involve uprooting a family. It also could involve a business or like just a lot of money, a lot of assets, whatever this decision is that you're making, or maybe you're coming up with a strategy, but you are going to have a strategy. And I feel like this, this relaxation spa time, you're going to have some clarity and you're going to have, I want to say 2 new beginnings. And actually one of the new beginnings that might actually start while you're on vacation in whatever way that is. But I feel like there's an energy of strong boundaries being around you. If the boundary is the ocean, or like maybe being far away from home and just, I mean, look at this. This is like a freedom energy. But I can't help but notice we've got the Leo Aquarius axis, which is, leadership and community and things like that. So, and there is also an energy of mingling here. I'm just going to call this out pretty blunt, and I don't mean anything by this, but this energy, Jupiter, Venus, it is a very wealthy energy. It's something like creature comforts, and it's having a lot of abundance. And a lot of times, this is an energy, like when you read up on this, like it is, I don't know why I struggle to say things when it's like, it's just what this means. But this is an energy where, superficiality can be taken for things that are deeper than it is. So sometimes something here is not what it seems. And maybe you're feeling like this is your life. Because you could have this moment where you're like realizing something. I also think some of you guys could have this moment where you're really awestruck by somebody. Maybe this person's already in a relationship, but there's like a strong sexual energy here between you and this person. There's also some sadness, and you're feeling isolated here from this person, but you're finding them to be really, really attractive. I just think that maybe for some of you think they're already with someone else. And for others of you, I think you're going to have plenty of opportunities, like especially if you're single. Well, actually, I kind of think even if you're not single, maybe people are still going to be hitting on you. I feel like you look really good in the month of July, you guys. Ooh, leave the perfume at home. You don't need it. I'm kidding. But I just feel like, yeah, people are like, I just heard pawing at you, but I think people are eyeing you. And okay, like this Jupiter Venus energy, this is like there's like a mingle energy, right? And you could be bumping elbows. Maybe that means something to you. Rubbing elbows is what I meant to say, the expression rubbing elbows, like with these types of couples. Because this to me looks like a couple. It's kind of like a Beauty and the Geek kind of a vibe. Jupiter, like I said, Jupiter is usually very abundant, usually has a lot of excess, can be a step parent, usually is. And then, and I don't know why I said usually is, it's associated with that. And then Venus, of course, is usually a very beautiful person. It's strong feminine energy here. And like this is maybe the kind of couples that you're around, or if you meet somebody, maybe you feel like that's the kind of couple you are, or something like that. I don't know. But that energy is around you. And I'm just letting you know because it's a sparkly energy, but it's kind of known for like fizzling out, or maybe just being kind of, like I said, like more shallow. And that with the High Priestess here, especially because this card to me oftentimes means like things are not exactly what they seem. And with this coming out right next to the Indigo card, because in this deck, this has to do with like overlooking casual things, overlooking things that, because it has the energy of denim. Denim is tough. It's durable. It is practical in a way. And indigo, used to be used to dye jeans, and indigo was like a very luxurious thing. So I don't know, maybe there's like overlooking things that are practical and like meaningful for something like really shiny. I don't know. I just feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity here, and that's what you want for yourself. You want this sun energy. By the way, this is in order, the moon and then the sun. This is like dark night of the soul into like this clarity. So this is the energy I feel like you're going into July with, this moon energy. So your emotions, I feel like they could be cycling up and down. There is something that seems to be weighing on your mind here, but it's like you're pushing it off with the Two of Swords. You're like, you know what? That's a difficult decision. We're gonna put that off. I feel like maybe you don't feel like you have all the answers. It's also interesting here with the Eight of Wands in the past position, because like I said, it can be air travel and just traveling in general. But it's also messages, and I'm getting that maybe there was some kind of communication on your part, on someone else's part, that really kicked up a lot of dust here. And maybe that it did cause this moon energy, this like fear, this confusion. You're unsure of wherever it is that you're going. So it's almost like you're creating this little bubble around yourself for the month of July, where you're just, you're enjoying yourself. You're able to be free, maybe even foolish. I heard girlish. You know, with this Jupiter Venus, maybe you are like, you're going to nice restaurants. You're wearing your nice linen. Things are breezy. I don't know. It's just, and the moon also is a luxurious energy here as well too. Yeah, like that's honestly, that's what I'm getting here. This is interesting to me. It's like, this is Mercury in Sagittarius energy, right? And Sagittarius says what they think. They're high-minded, but they kind of let it go. And it's, I don't know, I don't want to use the word impulsive. It's not really impulsive just so much as like it is what it is, and a Sagittarius isn't usually afraid to just say that. And then with the Ten of Pentacles, this is Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury exalts in Virgo. And so with this Emperor card, I don't know if this is like, it could be a professional. I feel like for most of you guys, this is you and it's your energy, but this is somebody, I like it paired kind of with this Mercury in Virgo energy, because this is someone who's very well thought, very strategic. This is a strong, like having some kind of strong plan or having a blueprint. Okay, this is another thing is you guys are really, I think you're strongly creatives. And maybe there's something you're working on. It could be writing something, but I feel like it's strongly artistic. This is strongly creative energy here as well too. And maybe some of you are even getting backing for some kind of a project that you're working on. That was a random thing that came through. Because you're strongly inspired, and I feel like it has to do with just balancing out your energy here with the Justice card. Oh, look, the Lovers. There's definitely something here about a relationship. Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm just going to say this. Oh, this is not for everybody, but there is a sense here, because I don't know why I was remembering this, but one time this lady was doing my hair, and she was talking a lot about like a lot of her friends were doing like the sugar baby thing, and that I don't know, she was just telling me there was this like hot spot thing where people like, why I get so uncomfortable when I talk about like uncomfortable topics, but I don't know why I'm getting that, because there's a sense of like maybe making up your mind about a relationship, about a family or something like that. But I don't know, some of you might be propositioned by someone who is with someone, and there's like a third party situation or something like that. But I feel like you're held back, and some of you guys, you have feelings for someone here. Or you have strong feelings, and you're holding them back. I feel like you're holding them back. So it could just be a funny situation like that. Yeah. So I definitely feel like there was some kind of strong message. Anyways, and maybe that's it, where it's like, I don't know, maybe you want to act on something, but it's not the right thing to do, and you're holding yourself back. There's that kind of energy that's here in this spread as well too. I definitely feel like you guys are spending money in the month of July, but it's like unhappy stuff, things that you really, really like to do. And I do just want to say that there's something very creative that's coming through here, and I think it's coming because you are balancing out your energy here. There's that strong energy. This is Moon in Libra. You have a lot of Moon, and you have a lot of Libra energy here. Some of you guys might be like parents. There's something very nurturing about your energy. But Moon in Libra is like struggling to make a decision, or struggling to even find balance. And that's what I feel like in the cards. The cards are really urging you to relax, because this storm, look, we've got twister imagery, and I feel like it kind of came through here in your past and it stirred up everything. And it's you know it's there. I feel like you know it's there, and you know you need to make a decision on this in some way, shape, or form. And the cards are saying, you know, you're going to make the best decision from this place of like being really relaxed and being really calm. Because yeah, and it is, I don't know, there's something about holding back your impulse, because remember I said Mercury and Sag just kind of lets everything go. And, you know, Leo's another fire sign. It's fixed fire though, but it's like there's something in there, and it's, I feel like you know what you think about something here, or there's something, I don't know, it's like holding back your passion, holding back your that fiery nature, because this is Virgo energy. Oh yeah, Mercury and Virgo. There is something about being more strategic than just like letting something go. Like this was very helpful, I think, in the past, but then it's okay. And this is reminding me of the soul focus reading that I did. That reading was so powerful. That's why I mentioned it at the beginning, because there was a lot of very intense messaging. And the first pile on the soul focus was definitely somebody just going on vacation, and that was their soul focus. And I feel like for this pile, it probably is your soul focus too, because if your soul can focus on healing, on having like a good time, like I said, it's going to put you in the best position to make this decision, to hear whatever decision is being made, whatever that is. But I was kind of wondering if it wasn't linked in with pile number 2, or at least there wasn't some group where there was like a crossover between the two piles, because the second pile, there was clearly like a decision or a ruling that they were waiting on, or a decision they were waiting to make. And for some of them, it even involved like their health. But I feel like maybe this is like that hybrid pile where you are like, you're taking this time out for yourself. Like I said, you're hitting the pause button. There's something that you know it's there. You know you need to make a decision. You know it's kind of coming. And so you're just relaxing and rejuvenating your soul, like really until then. And it just, to me, this looks like strong boundaries, so you can just really let loose and enjoy yourself. So let's look into the energies that for you to lean into, and the energies that you can lean away from. Okay, I just saw the word sociable in my mind. And so I think like a lot of you guys, like you might be being a little bit more sociable, and that's, I think it's good. Yeah, because for some of you guys, it's like you're just one of a crowd, where usually you have to be like a leader, or you have to make decisions or something, and it's good for you to just be like another person in the crowd or something like that. I'm scared to pull one of these cards. Okay, maybe this means something, because I'm scared to pull one of these cards because I want to just pull the one that you can lean into and pull the one you can lean away from. But in my mind, it's saying pull the one to lean away from first. So I feel like it's more important for you to lean away from something, maybe. Let's see. What should you lean away from? Let's just do it one at a time like that. I hate when my mind gets all flustered. Maybe your mind was like all flustered here. Away from. Okay, what is going on, you guys? Like I'm now that I'm getting all confused about this. Hold on. It like won't let me tell it what I want. Okay. So, hold on, let me see what to lean towards. Okay, so with this trickster, you're the trickster angel. You're the trickster angel in the month of July. Okay, so this is, yeah, just transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. You're acting outside of the norm, just having fun, like with that. This angel helping those in need with no expectation of return. And then what it's telling you to lean away from here is this scribe and engineer energy, which is super left-brained in my mind. Like I'm just hearing like stay away from that. And but also I think you can stay away from that because you're keeping yourself protected. This might actually, and maybe that's what you're balancing out, is like allowing your right brain to rise up here, allowing that creative mind, that flow state to be able to rise up here. Yeah, like, okay, because the scribe, I almost want to take these shadow attributes: altering factor, plagiarizing others' work, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. Like you're showing up in a strongly emotional state here. And so I think it's important for you to have this outlet or something like that in your life. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas, and then preserving knowledge or information. I feel like this is just about you relaxing, letting go, and having fun. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number 1. Enjoy your July. It looks to be a fun one. And even if, I feel like you already know kind of what's coming at you, and I love that you're showing up in the Emperor position. Oh, by the way, this is Aries Libra axis. So this is just relationships and dealing with like you and where you are and what you want versus another person. There could be just some kind of negotiating out of a situation. And then with this Lover's energy, because this has to do with relationships as well, and just meaningful connections and making choices in regards to relationships. That's what I feel. There's something here about making choices in regards to relationships. So anyways, I think I'm going to leave that there for you guys, pile number 1. But if that resonates, I would love to know about that in the comment section. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys. Yes, pile number 2. What is ahead in the month of July? This is a really interesting spread, okay? So just bear with me because I feel like you guys are closing out a cycle here with the World card being here. And I feel like it's maybe even been quite a hard cycle for you. This is so beautiful. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by trying to express everything that I'm seeing in the cards in a way that is just like cohesive and flows. And so I don't jump all over the place. And maybe some of you guys struggle with that too, because I'm just noticing here, there's like, I don't feel like this is what it's saying for most of you, but some of you, maybe you've had difficulty expressing yourself, or there's been some kind of a language communication blockage or barrier here, but I'm strongly getting that a lot of you guys are used to working for the good of the group. This is South Node in Aquarius energy for me. So I feel like that's like your comfort zone, is you really do like to be that Aquarius that is, is a humanitarian. And I think you like to push the boundaries here a little bit as well, because I'm seeing that you're very like strongly opinionated. You have a lot of lofty ideas here as well too. And I think, I don't know, but like some of you might benefit from even just like some kind of an organizational system or something, because I'm just seeing that you have these really big, broad minds and you have a lot going on here in your mind, that it just might help you to just get things down, to brain dump and to organize certain things, because that seems to be kind of what's tripping you up here. But I see that you're closing out some kind of a cycle, and that's literally what this image over here looks like to me, is she's just shooting out from the crowd, because Aquarius is the crowd, and people with South Nodes in Aquarius, it's like that's kind of what they have to learn, is how to break away from the crowd, how to have their own, how to be seen, And so I think there's a part of you where you've been standing in the background. Some of you guys are getting degrees. I know maybe July is a weird time to get degrees, but with everything that we've been through in the last year and delays and things like that, maybe that's why I don't know, there's something here that's, I feel like, yeah, some of you guys, you could be getting a degree. Now, others of you, maybe you are realizing you don't actually need to go out and get some kind of a piece of paper for whatever field it is that you want to do. It could go either way with that. There's some energy up here like this. But for a lot of you guys, I feel like you're focused on your career with the Nine of Pentacles. And actually, when I was shuffling this, I heard this song from way back in the day. And it's by Brandy. It's like, it's a shame you had to learn the hard way. Now I have to take my love away. You could have made it easy. Something, but I think it's called Learn the Hard Way by Brandy. It's a really old song, but I feel like some of you guys, you're choosing to leave a relationship behind. There's a lot of strong, independent energy here. And there's even friendship here with the Three of Cups. And there's also a lot of like communication energy. So yeah, I feel like some of you guys, you're breaking free is what it seems like. You're breaking free of a situation. And maybe this situation, somehow it links to like a comfort zone that you had. It could be like group, and it could be a learning environment here with Aquarius, learning some kind of new skills. I feel like you guys have gone through a difficult time. I've spoken before in the past, and you have a couple of the hardest signs. Aquarius is a really difficult sign, and I feel like it just doesn't get recognized as that. It is Saturn ruled, and it's home to like some of the more because it is Saturn ruled, like right there at the end of the zodiac, and it's home to some of the more difficult nakshatras. And you also have Scorpio at the bottom of the deck. And the funny thing is, Scorpio is the sign where the Kundalini begins to get activated. But I was just actually reading earlier today something that said that for the Kundalini to truly be activated, the individual ego has to be really shattered. That's what happens in Aquarius, because that individual ego is shattered, and the person, the soul starts to cooperate with the divine plan, and it starts to, well, that happens in Capricorn, but in Aquarius, the soul learns how to be of service. And that's what I feel like you are realizing in some way, shape, or form here in the month of July, that you breaking out and speaking with authority on something in your career, in your field, or something like that, that actually ends up benefiting others. And I see that you're just drawing your people to you, because this, at the end of the day, Five of Swords is Venus and Aquarius energy. So, your Aquarius energy here, I don't know, it looks really friendly for you. There's a lot of just like public energy, and I feel like some of you guys could make your money doing something Aquarian. Like some kind of like service, some kind of, I don't know, just being of service in some way, maybe even tech. But if you just think about those Aquarian fields, I just heard not podiatrist. I guess Aquarius rules the legs, not quite the feet. That's Pisces. But, and then you've got the Three of Cups down here at the bottom. And that, like, with the Venus in Aquarius and the Three of Cups, that screams community here to me. And I see most of you, I see you speaking with some kind of authority here on something. Even if it's going to, like, take you, like, I feel like you might have to, take on some extra responsibilities. And some of you guys, maybe you're having to postpone a trip, or something in order to get whatever this is done, and you know that it's going to be worth it. And I'm telling you, I can see it's going to pay off with the Queen of Cups. Like, this to me looks like this is leading to like a renaissance of some kind for you, or some kind of new day. And I'm hearing Celine Dion, a new day has come. Yeah, like, you guys, I just feel like you're going to bounce back here. And there's something here where you know that if you put the time in, it's going to pay off and it's going to make you super prosperous. This is a very specific situation, but it is kind of written here where if you do graduate, you get some kind of certificate and you are able to start a job or your career. Maybe, you're just starting out at this new job, and so you're not really able to take a vacation right away, but it's like you tell yourself, okay, well, I know that I have to do that. I can't take a vacation this summer like I usually do with my family or my friends or whoever, but it's going to be worth it because I'm going to grow my abundance and my prosperity. And I feel like a lot of you guys, you want to have some kind of balance here, and you want, maybe you want a contract. So some of you guys, this could be like an internship that you're really wanting to show out for this. Yeah, especially with the Five of Pentacles at the top. Some of you, maybe you feel like you're working, but you're not getting money. Not necessarily that you're not getting any money, but you're not getting like the money that you feel like you should get. It's almost like you got to put the work in up front, and then it's going to turn out for you. And I do feel like it is. I really strongly feel like it's going to. With the Seven of Pentacles in your future position as well. And Saturn, like, I'm just hearing Rihanna now. Work, 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 work. But she looks really happy. I love the World card in this deck. I mean, this looks to me like some of the, Saturn can be kind of a restrictive energy, but I love Saturn as the world, as the final, as the completion. It really does speak to some kind of integration, accomplishment, completion here. And there might feel like there's a bit of a paradoxical situation here for you where you're like, it doesn't really make sense that if I do this, like, I don't know, you might find yourself in a paradox and trying to figure out like some kind of problem, but just trusting. And I feel like people are seeing you. It's funny, like with the Five of Pentacles, maybe there is some kind of restriction or, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It's like for some of you, maybe your presence is felt more than, there's something here about the way you're speaking. Like, I think a lot of you guys are speaking with authority, but maybe your words have weight and they carry weight with them, but you're not speaking a lot, you're doing a lot of listening and a lot of reflecting. And for some of you guys, I'm trying to figure out this moon situation over here because this is what's going on around you. So maybe there's a lot of emotion going on around you. Moon signifies public. That's what I was saying, is like with all this Aquarius and then the moon over here. But you also could be dealing with people who are struggling, who are having a difficult time. It also could be women. It could be mothers. This is very specific as well, but I just, like maybe somebody, you work with people who are like giving birth or something. And I just heard July is a big month. I don't know that, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe, yeah, some of you guys are working with women. It seems like a lot goes on in July that would have to do with women, maybe like weddings, again, like babies, I don't know, something like that. So with the Eight of Swords, though, I feel like you do feel kind of torn in two directions, and there's something going on with your speech. I can't tell if you're speaking a lot or a little. I think it could go one way or another. Some of you might feel frustrated by your speech. And if you do, it could be because I think, like I said, I feel like you guys have big, broad minds here in this pile. And the Ten of Wands is Saturn and Sagittarius. And Sagittarius rules the higher mind. It's that big, broad, philosophical mind that loves to learn new things and higher-minded concepts. And it's telling you to restrict that energy and pull it back in. I feel like this is more like Sagittarius' opposite sign is Gemini. And I feel like it's more about that, like staying around your community. And, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules the everyday mind that helps you kind of problem solve, troubleshoot, figure out like the way that you're going to kind of go about things. So I feel like it's telling you really to stay in that mind here as well too. So yeah, like some kind of organizational system, brain dump, sorting out like your projects, listing out the tasks that you have to do for each one, really like scheduling it out in your planner, spending some time here doing that. And it might take you a little bit more time here. But with the Seven of Pentacles, I love this card in this deck. It's so honestly so beautiful and comforting. But all of the seeds here have been planted, all 7 of these seeds. And that's what I'm getting with this work energy that's coming through in July. Like, you're doing a lot of work, you're planting a lot of these seeds, and they're going to start growing in the future, even if they grow small. But this, you can tell this plant, well, actually, maybe you can't tell this plant, but to me, it looks like it's a tree. Like, it's going to grow into a tree. And that is something long lasting, something big, something strong, you know? And so I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. And some of you maybe are working on becoming an expert in your field or having some kind of expert voice. There's also something here about your relationships. I feel like, again, with that Brandy song, it's a shame you had to learn the hard way. Now I have to take my love away. Like, this looks like just strong, independent energy. It looks like breaking free of some kind of chains. With the 9 of Pentacles here, I feel like some of you guys could be reflecting on your relationships because you want a relationship with this Justice card. And I feel like you're thinking about that in the month of July, and you could be putting the work in for that here as well too. And just maybe some of you guys are realizing that there's a situation here where you just can't win with the 5 of Swords. And I feel like if anything, yeah, like if you do the same thing, and I feel like this goes for your professional life and for your love life, where there's something here where you're realizing, like, if you just keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, that it just feels like there's no way that you can win. And it could, maybe some of you have been criticized, but it's like, maybe you don't want to stand out too much, or you don't want to, I don't know, whatever it is. It's like, and so I feel like this has actually been bringing up a lot of emotions for you with the Scorpio here at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like you guys are starting to, like, bust out. There's also a side narrative. I think that, like, okay, I think a lot of your friends, at least one of your friends, but I kind of think that it's more than one of your friends, like, think that you're really hot. And I don't know if you've been, like, going to the gym. There's something here about your body. It's funny because, like, your body and your mind are represented here. I think you guys are smart. Like, you naturally are smart. But, and maybe you have, like, you've been trying to learn something or something, like, I don't know, really interesting, really different. But I don't know. There's something here where, I don't know, like, somebody's talking about your body, or, like, I don't know, like, how sexy your body is. That's just to make you feel uncomfortable for the whole month of July. People are in swimsuits and stuff. So if you have been, some of you have been, like, eating healthy. Maybe you've even been growing some of your own food. But I feel like this, like, I want to say pile number 2, independence looks good on you. Not that it's going to last forever if you have been in an independent situation, but I feel like there's something here. You could still be in a relationship and have this resonate, but there's something about you that stands out. There's something about you that you're doing alone, whether maybe it is your job, your work, your career, something like that. But yeah, people have really noticed your body. And I think that there might even be one person in your friend group that makes themselves known. And you might even be looking at this person in some kind of a different way. You know, like, I think you might be starting to maybe have feelings for a friend. And they definitely have feelings for you, but they haven't been saying it, you know, because I feel like they felt friend zoned, or like they knew that you were busy and you were working on something else, you were focused on something else, but this person might try to make themselves known to you. And I feel like they're having, like, that everything that I was just describing about maybe wanting to break free from the group, break free from the crowd. This person wants to do that as well. I think you guys have a lot of people who find you to be attractive, but off limits for some reason. Or just, I'm just noticing, like, she's not really looking at anyone else. Yeah, like, I just think that maybe people have been getting the impression from you that you didn't want to be in a relationship or something. But I feel like as you're letting go of something here in your past, then more and more people want to, like, approach you. You're just looking radiant. I'm just noticing these 2 women here just look so radiant and happy and vital, you know, just vital and happy. And even though, you know, she looks a little more businessy, and then she looks a little more in her sundress, but they're both just happy and smiling and looking up. There's an energy that you have where it's like you're looking up. And now I'm hearing, yeah, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Sorry. But like I said, you guys, like, have prosperity coming. I feel like it might be slow moving with the 7 of Pentacles, because these are seeds that are going to grow into a tree. And I don't really know how fast trees go, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I don't think it's like fast for most of them. I love it when I say stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, so, but down here with the Eight of Swords, I feel like some of you guys, you're feeling a little more insecure than how people are actually seeing you. And I think that that's important for me to say, just so you know that. That you're looked upon as someone who's really, really smart and intelligent. And I just feel like in the past, maybe you did break out, because the Nine of Cups, this whole situation is in your past. And with Saturn here, I just feel like you're kind of digging through some karma. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, some of you guys, you're going to have like very public careers or something like this. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I know that was like a lot of information. I just like all at one time. I'm really this strong like moon in the seventh house energy. But I feel like you're striving for Saturn in the seventh house. And Saturn does exalt there. This whole like whatever you're working on is going to pay off. But that seventh house is the house of the other. And so I don't know, maybe there's a lot of feminine energy around you, or like that's otherness to you somehow. Yeah. There's something here that I think you are ready to walk through this door. You are ready to pick up the key and just like walk through this door. But maybe it is like kind of a grieving and a mourning process that's coming through here. And maybe there's something like there could be regrets, or there's something like you didn't do what you should have done. There's like a feeling of that. Hold on, I want to see. What's this Five of Pentacles up here for? Sorry if that was loud. Yeah, there is something here in your past that you are reflecting on, and you feel like, I didn't do the thing that I should have done, but you're learning from this with this this Temperance energy. You're learning from it. It's interesting because this is Sagittarius, and it's okay not to have your higher mind on all the time, because I feel like some of you guys, it's just you're having trouble taking all of these big, broad concepts and then distilling it down practically into your daily life. That's really what I'm getting. Let me just clarify this World card really quick. And then we'll pull the cards for the energies that you can lean into and energies that you can lean away from. Oh, wow. This is a lot of cards. Too many cards. Way too many cards. This just, to me, feels like a big cycle ending. So if it's just like the last little bits is what I want to say. Death. I knew it. I knew it. There is a big, big cycle here. And maybe there was a clinging. Usually there's a clinging for me with the Death card. And this is also Scorpionic energy. And it's brought up a lot of emotions. But I feel like you're working through it. And it has been somehow blocking your energy. And I feel like you've sensed this. Whatever this cycle was here in the past, not even like in a bad way. I'm just picturing like I'm picturing horses that are like getting ready to race, but the bars are up. And so you're like rearing to go, and that hasn't really come through for you. So maybe you're even doing a lot of talking in your home environment. That applies, or speaking with family. Let's see what this Three of Cups is. High Priestess. Interesting. These are almost opposite energies to me, is kind of what I'm getting. So I just feel like there's a sense of you being silent in a group, or like having all this knowledge and stuff in this group, but like finally being able to share it in some way. And I feel like this is really going to invigorate your soul. A little bit goes a long way is what I'm hearing. Oh, look, we've got the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck again. So double Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see the energies that you can lean into and the energies that you can lean away from. So what energy should pile number one lean? Let's do away from first. Away from first and then towards. So Spirit, what should pile number one Or number 2. What should pile number 2 lean away from? Whoa. Rescuer and gossip. Okay, this is maybe the energy that I was getting about feeling restricted in your communication. So I just want to say, before I even read these, like, you don't have to save everyone. And also, I feel like you're like, nobody's coming. I'm going to beef up and I'm going to go after it. But I feel like the funny thing is, like, this person wants to come in. I want to pull some cards. You guys, I feel like there's like a stud around you. Or like, I just really like this energy over here of this person's coming in. Okay. And then, yeah, gossip. Okay, so provide strength and support to others in a crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. This is what I'm saying. This is South Node in Aquarius, where it's like, that's what you've done in past lives. Some of you could have been even like monastic. You're very service oriented in a past life, but this life, and I feel like it's karmic. This is what you're supposed to be learning right now. Yeah, this is really big karma energy, where you are to step out into the limelight, and there's something here. That's the paradox. Yes, because that's what's best for everyone. That's what's best for everyone, is you stepping out into this leadership position, and you feel maybe like, I don't know, all those things, like, I don't know, you feel vain, you feel like you shouldn't be doing that. Who am I? All of those like negative thought patterns. But I would highly suggest sitting down, and this is what my therapist makes me do. Sitting down and like writing out that negative thought and writing out the evidence to support that thought and the evidence against that thought. And then coming up with, like, have it right there ready, like where you're reframing it. Because I usually find that people aren't really thinking negative about me. I'm just making that up in my head to like hold myself back, you know? And maybe some of you do the same thing, but you can reframe that thought of like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm actually out here trying my hardest, you know, and we can only do what we can do. All of us are limited with Saturn, maybe even just acknowledging your limits. And because of that, there is something like, remember I said Mercury is that daily mind that helps you solve your problems. And like, how am I going to not like solve all your problems, but, you know, just like, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get that done? That's Mercury. And so it's like, there's almost like, through acknowledging your limitations, Mercury can actually do a better job of figuring out its way around it. Because if it's just gotten through into the mouse maze thing, and it has to map out, I just heard cognitive map. But like, if it has to map out like the whatever you're running around in, that's going to take it a little bit more time. But if you can acknowledge your limitations, then it knows what to go off of. And then not worrying about what other people have to say, because maybe that's it. It's like, you know, the whole metaphor about the lobsters. Like if you try to cook lobsters, I've never cooked a lobster, so I don't know. But they try to like if a lobster's getting out of the tank or something, the other ones pull it back down. So maybe that's what you're afraid of here with this, like, if as you separate from the group, then and maybe this comes from past lives where your subconscious kind of agrees with people, where it's like, yeah, who am I to step up into this leadership position? Ma'am, you're the high priestess. Sir, you're the high priestess. That's who you are. You have this knowledge, and it does nobody any good sitting inside of you like this. And so like, that's kind of a part of this, is like letting this out in the way that it needs to. And you're looked upon, or at least in the future, you're building, like becoming some kind of an authority on something. Yeah, like people, I don't know, this is kind of bleh. But awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. I feel like you guys I think this comes from your past lives. You almost over consider other people's opinions. And you're always trying to do for other people, and you're always trying to negotiate the power of your own spirit with this Libra energy. And also, this is Venus in Aquarius. Venus rules that negotiation process, right? And that would be conjunct South Node over here. So yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting with that. So let's see what energy you can lean into. Okay, look, visionary is at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you guys. Okay, there's another thing that I feel like is important for me to say, where I've been watching that I always say his name wrong. It's Struthless. I don't know. Somebody correct me, but I was talking about this in another reading. Struthless, I love his channel, but he was talking about the motivation myth, where there's like a myth where, I'm going to get motivated, and then I'm going to take the actions, you know, or that I'm I'm going to take the actions I need to take. But the truth is that when you start taking actions, that's when the inspiration strikes you. That's when the motivation strikes you. And that's when you have all these ideas flowing. And with this visionary energy, I feel like that's kind of like what's happening here. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Or like... not necessarily, like I'm not telling you not to protect yourselves, obviously, but like this gossip energy is what I was thinking of. Without regards to like this gossip energy, without thinking that you have to be everything for everyone, that rescuer energy, right? Like every person has an Aries in their chart. You know, every person has a sun in their chart. It's not, at the end of the day, it's not like your responsibility to save other people. And there's even that quote that says, we really can't save other people at the end of the day. We can inspire people. We can help people whenever we can. But it's like not our own responsibility. And I think you guys are like maybe coming out of that, where I think it brings you genuine joy to help people, which is possibly why you make a career out of it in the future here, if you haven't already. Okay, let's see. What energy should pile number 2 lean towards in the month of July for the best possible outcome? I just saw bully. Okay, you guys, I think there's something here that's sucking your energy out, and it's okay to bully that energy out of your life. Oh my gosh, look, here it is again. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Some of you guys are holding your own self back. There's like, you've reached some kind of threshold where you tell yourself like, I feel like, you know what I feel like this is? You're getting ready to, I'm seeing that scene in Frozen where she's like, I'm ready to go. She's getting ready to jump off the cliff. Like that's you. You're like, I'm ready to go. Like I can do this. But there's something in your head that's bullying you. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Some of you are afraid of shining your light too bright and having all these other lobsters pulling you back into the pot. But be intimidating. Be intimidating. Okay, let's see. Femme fatale. Mentor. Yeah, this is your bigness. Prostitute. I saw this card when I was shuffling too. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Yeah. Because maybe for you at this point, pile number 2, I feel like what you're realizing in July is at this point, remember I was saying like you just can't keep going along with this. It's becoming clear that actually if you even want to hold to the values that you have, your Aquarian values, if you even want to hold to that, you have to step out into the limelight. So that's what's going on. Yeah. And then with that femme fatale, look, you guys have some kind of knowledge here. You're very wise people. And then mentor, passing on wisdom and refining students' character. And with that femme fatale energy, I immediately got Purvabhadra, because Claire Nocti, our patron saint, she, in her female Purvabhadra video, so female energy, when it embodies that, they're femme fatales. Immediately I think of Britney Spears, because she's an Aquarius moon. I don't know for sure, like if it's in Purvabhadra, but she's also Saggy, and Aquarius and Sagittarius are connected by the light grid. And she did that whole tour of femme fatale, but she is like very much a femme fatale. And I just think about that energy. And I'm hearing circus. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. Want to crack that whip? Everybody gonna trip. So crack some whips. Some of you guys don't want to like, but I'm hearing the crack is like the thunder of your voice. I'm hearing just like thunder coming out of your voice, because that's what you have here. And some of you guys, I feel like you've been holding it back. I just heard 5th chakra. And you know, we do have it here, because this Taurus energy, Taurus and Leo are connected by the light grid, because we have Taurus energy here twice. But, you know, I'm strongly getting that, like, courage. My patrons know that I've been a nerd and I've been researching my values lately, but there was a Lao Tzu quote, I think it was on courage, and it was like, courage comes from caring. That's why Leo is opposite Aquarius. Aquarius cares so much about like other people. So does Leo. Like honestly, high vibrational Leo does. Like they have that in common. But courage comes from that caring. So allowing this beautiful South Node Aquarius energy that you feel so comfortable in and that you have built up in your past lifetimes of being very service oriented, allowing that to push you forward into that courage energy that comes from caring. I'm getting goosebumps. Courage comes from caring. I feel like for some of you guys, that is going to be your That's going to be your mantra. Courage comes from caring. And honestly, I feel like you are having a big like Kundalini awakening. So I'm not really the best on that. I know they say to like drink a lot of water, but maybe you do want to look up like, you know, if you do start having some like Kundalini activation, like what you do to help that along. Because I literally was just reading, sometimes this happens where like, I think it's my Virgo South Node in Vedic, like sometimes when I read stuff, my intuition like kicks up. But I was just reading that you really do have to like break down your own personal ego in order to truly have that Kundalini activation. And that's also what Aquarius is all about. And I do feel like there's something in the past where you got you got cracked open. And now I'm hearing broken open. Elizabeth Lesser, the book Broken Open. So maybe some of you guys want to read that during the month of July, and it could help you along with your process here. Although with this restriction in your Saggy energy, I feel like it might not be, maybe it's best for you not to take in any more information, because it's saying you're the Queen of Cups. And if there's something here about connecting to your intuition, it's almost like you've collected enough information. You have, because our intuition, this is why we connect with certain readers and stuff, I think is because the information has to flow through the reader's brain. So the words they know, the experiences they have, all of it. And what this is saying is like you've collected enough of that information to saturate your brain with really good juicy stuff, and now it's just about connecting with your intuition and allowing that to really take the wheel. Because some of you guys, maybe you've been putting off your own growth and expansion by saying, oh, okay, yeah, that's totally it. Some of you guys keep putting off the next level in your expansion journey because you keep saying, after I learn this, after I get this piece of paper. You're ready, boo. You're ready. I don't know why I keep calling you boo. I feel like maybe whoever's here for you is like very peppy. Yeah. So, yeah. That is what I'm getting. I feel like some of you guys might benefit from looking into like your upper limits. You know, like what are your upper limits? What threshold are you scared to really go beyond? And I do feel like you've just been busting through something here in the past with the Nine of Cups, and you are getting ready to end this cycle. And then, yeah, and it's going to be healing and integration here after that. And maybe that's a part of it. I don't know if you guys find this, but I find whenever I learn stuff, if I take a moment and I just allow my brain to go neutral and sleep on it and allow everything to integrate, like that helps me along in my process a lot more. But I almost feel like you're at that space in your journey of just like, yeah. So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I feel like you over-consider other people and you under-consider yourself. And I just heard undervalue. You undervalue yourself and you undervalue what you have to bring to the table, and spirit and your spirit team and the world and the people around you, especially if this is like a group of women here, or something with moon-like energy, very carers, nurturers. There's something here like this. You really have a lot to give to these people, and it's going to make everyone stronger. And I feel like you don't have an ego problem at all. Some of you are so afraid, like, well, when it's my, like, am I going to grow an ego or something? I feel like with the amount of work you've done over here, like, honestly, you're totally good. True leaders know when to step to the back and let other people come up and have voices, and I feel like you have mastered that. I get this energy on this channel where, like, they're trying to raise up Aquarian leaders. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Okay. Pile number 3. What is ahead in the month of July? So this is one of those readings where there's a lot of like different, I can see a lot of different specific ways that this energy could manifest, and I'll try to hit those. But also there's a lot of cards that are in similar positions to the other 2 piles. So you know how sometimes when you mix 2 foundations together to get the perfect shade for yourself, maybe it's like that, but with tarot readings. So if you were drawn to one of the other 2 piles, then maybe you want to check that out. But okay, what I find to be really interesting though that's standing out is, and I feel like this must fold into your July somehow. I'm not super far into the message yet, but the cards want to talk about how skillful you are. There's a skill set that you have here. I think for a lot of you, there's a primary skill set. And with the King of Pentacles in the past position, I feel like you could have built up a career or built up some kind of stability with whatever skill set this has for you. And the cards are just reminding you because maybe for some of you something happens or you want to start something new, and you're just being reminded that you have a skill set that people really value and that they would be willing to pay some kind of money for. So that might pop up later on in the reading, I'm not sure. But also you're super adaptable, because I feel like overall some of you are like Swiss Army knives but in a human form, where you have maybe a variety of skills. And I just looked down and saw BlackBerry, so maybe some of you are really good with technology or things like that. But and even like, or you have the ability to learn really quickly. You're just overall a really adaptable energy, and I feel like that's something that the cards immediately want to just like focus on here. But look at all this yellow coming out here in the center. So whatever has gone on in the month of July, or whatever will happen, I guess I should say, in the month of July, it's coming straight from your solar plexus. It's really inspired, creative energy, and I think that it's like an offshoot from whatever it is that you were doing here in the past. It seems to be quite different for some of you, especially with this tower energy up here. This is the way people are viewing you. So they could be seeing you in some kind of action mode. And with the 3 of Wands over here, I feel like there's a sense around you that people are kind of watching to see what it is that you're going to do. And there is a strong, and I mean strong, energy of independence on your part here in the month of July. And I feel like some of you could be separated out from a group that you're usually around, whether this is a family, whether this is a business, something like that. So it's like there could be some kind of a tower moment here that happens in the month of July that sparks something new. It doesn't have to be completely destructive. And usually for me, the tower, well, for most readers, honestly, I feel like there's always this feeling of like surprise or shock with this tower moment. And I think there is to a certain degree with this one, but I also feel like you have known this is coming for a while. You know what it is? It's that feeling that the other shoe is going to drop. You just don't really know when. It's like that. And for some of you, it's a lot less ominous than that. But, and I feel like this tower moment, there's something that could have to do with, like a written message. It could come in the form of a letter, or maybe it's just in the form of an email. So there's something I feel like you're getting in writing and you were kind of expecting it, but that's what's coming through. Now with all this Pentacles energy, this is a really interesting spread from a number of angles, because look at all the yellow, and then you have just like this line of Pentacles energy in the middle. And it's not really in order like you would kind of expect it to go like that, right? But it doesn't. And I don't necessarily feel like this is a bad thing. I feel like with the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck, you're at like a hinge point, like a kneecap in your life, where you are, I think you're going within in the month of July, and because the answer is going to come from within with this Hermit energy, and you're considering a lot of your options in whatever the situation is. And I feel like that's good. This is your advice card, the 7 of Cups. So I feel like you do have options here. And again, the cards seem to be wanting to say that you have like a stronger position than you think. And even if it's because the assets that you have in the situation come from inside of you, and it's a skill set that you have, it's a way that you handle yourself, the way that you carry yourself, it's a big skill set. It's a big asset here in whatever the situation is. I do just want to call out some of these specific scenarios that I'm getting. Because like I said, with the King of Pentacles in the past position, there's strong energy of work and there's strong energy of family. And I think for a lot of you guys, this is somehow like mixed together. And Yeah, because with this King of Pentacles, a lot of times the King of Pentacles is a husband and it's a father. It's a strong family energy. Can be like even traditions, very strong traditional energy, very well rooted. But with being a Pentacles card, for me, it does usually have to do with business. And Uttara Falguni rules over family kind of thing. And its Shakti power is wealth through marriage. And I've been getting that message lately in the cards. But to me, it could be that you've built up a lot of wealth through a marriage, and possibly there's a like joint finance situation or a family business that you've created here. And then maybe these are like divorce papers or something that you get served. And so it's all of a sudden we have to divide up the wealth that has been accumulated through the marriage. It could be something like that. It could be that you've built yourself up in a career and then all of a sudden something happens and you want to start off on something new, because your focus is on happiness here in the month of July with the 10 of Cups. Real, authentic happiness here for yourself through whatever situation this is. And also there is like a focus on cash. Maybe some of you guys are liquidating some kind of cash that's coming through here. Okay, so for some of you guys, this Tower moment could have to do with a job situation. Like maybe you have built yourself up in a career or a job. This with the King of Pentacles here, this would be something like you have all like the pins and the plaques and the spoons, whatever companies give out for like however long you've worked there. It's that energy. And so maybe you get noticed that the company is moving or they're closing down, or that you would have to move in order to keep doing your job or something like that. Could be that. And so some of you could be actually taking a step towards entrepreneurship. Like I said, there's a strong independent energy or doing something alone. And maybe that's why we had that reminder at the beginning of like, listen, you're super talented, you're very adaptable, you're super skilled, and you have a skill set here that you can either develop or it's already in place that people are willing to pay you some kind of money for. So there's something here like this. For some of you, it could even be like an eviction notice. Maybe in the past, like, yeah, some of you, I don't know, maybe somebody has passed away or something. And now that means that there's some kind of like something like that. So those are just some of the situations that I feel like you guys are in. And I feel like the key is like this Tower moment is going to hit. Like I said, I don't feel like you're 100% caught off guard by this. But then I feel like when the smoke clears and when your energy starts to like more stabilize after this Tower moment, you're gonna know kind of what to do, because you're in kind of you're trying to decide. And this was coming out in pile number 1, where those people were taking a time out, going on some kind of vacation. They knew they were putting off some kind of a decision. And with the Chariot here, there could be travel here. Going on for you as well. But I feel like you're considering your options and you're confused, and maybe your thought processes around this because of the initial shock of whatever this is. It's like very confusing. You definitely want to take some kind of action, but I feel like what the cards are saying up here, especially with the 7 of Cups, is that there's haze around the fullness of these options. And this is another thing that's coming through for you in the month of July. Like I said, I think there's this message that kind of kicks everything off. But then with this 3 of Wands, there's an energy around you through the month of July of waiting to hear more information from another person, or like to see exactly what is meant by this. Because especially with the 10 of Pentacles up here, I feel like whatever this communication is, maybe it's very like legalese, or very specific. You know how sometimes when you get a document like that and it's very legalese and it's so specific, and they do that right for clarity, but sometimes it can make something actually less clear than if someone were just to like shoot it to you straight. But they can't do that obviously because they have to cover all their bases legally and everything. But it could be something like that where you're like, okay, so this is a bunch of legal talk, but what does this actually mean? And you're reaching out to figure out what it actually means. And you're just like waiting to kind of hear back for more of that. So it's interesting because there's something that kicks off in July where you get some kind of news. I think it's going to be written. Maybe it does have to do with a child or some kind of new opportunity or something. And you're really intrigued by it. You're trying to figure this out. And whatever this is, it's like it is going to be a longer process. You have 2 tens up here, which means long lasting changes in the material world, gains or losses. And for some of you, I mean, maybe it could be a loss, but you know what? This ties into the soul focus reading. And I think I will forever do the soul focus reading before the what's ahead reading now, because I'm seeing the what's ahead so much clearer and with so much more richness than I have in the past. But one of the soul focus readings, like one of the piles, the focus was on redefining abundance for yourself, and broadening that out and looking at it from a really holistic place of like, actually abundance in my life means my health and vitality. It means getting able to spend time with my kids. It means being able to smile. It means having, sunshine, fresh air, good food, friends. That is the abundance that I want. Because sometimes when we hear a lot of people talk about abundance, and they use it as a synonym for financial abundance. But if you, and the reason being in that soul focus reading, like if you narrowed your focus to just financial abundance or assets, then you might make a different decision than if you opened it up. And especially for those of you where this could be like a divorce or something, maybe there's a child involved, because I do actually see someone here worried about a property and worried about a child that's maybe living like at a distance from them. That's another message that is coming through. And so having that definition of abundance might mean that you make a different decision for yourself. You settle for a different package than you would have. And what this is saying up here too, I want to just focus on this here for a moment, because I can see that you're feeling with the Eight of Swords anxious. You're feeling, just maybe confused. You want to move forward, but you're having a lot of negative thoughts here around the situation, and you're kind of holding yourself back. But I want to say, the Chariot card is anchoring this whole reading, right? And for me, this is a card where it says, with focus, determination, drive, and willpower to push forward in this situation. And notice the two houses in the background. There can be, oh my gosh, and having this right under the Page of Pentacles, this could be visitation, like a child traveling back and forth between two houses. Like I said, there's something here about moving. Somebody here could be moving out, or you're worried about moving out, or something like that. But anyways, this promise that comes through with the Chariot card is success. Like if you stay focused on what your goal is, it might take some time. It might take a while. You have Pentacles energy all over this reading. You're going to be successful. You are going to be successful. And if this is some kind of shock to a marriage, to a business, to your financial stability, not for everybody it is. Some of you are just starting a new project that's separate from whatever this is that you've built yourself up so big in over here. But even if it is, it's saying that you can rebuild it. It's just going to take some time, right? So keep that in mind. And I do just want to say up here, right, consider your options, the Seven of Cups. And that's kind of liquid, all right? I mean, it's a Cups card, but I don't know, the whole situation looks a little liquid. Having this, some of you are liquidating some kind of finances. I don't know. But the Ten of Pentacles up here, I almost say like the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is what I'm getting, is like, is the Ten of Pentacles upright or is it in reverse? But the Ten of Pentacles in reverse oftentimes asks us the question of the way that you've built your life up so far, because the Ten of Pentacles is quite a built up life, right? Is that the best way to live? Or has this somehow just trapped you in? And for all of your success, have you just become trapped by it? So, and for some of you, I'm just going to be honest, some of you have built up like some kind of security or like a nest egg or something. And that's what the cards are saying, is like, don't rush your decisions. Take your time, take a moment to like regather yourself here, because you have something to fall back on. And for some of you, I want to say it's your skill set, but it's like, definitely wait for the dust to clear and for your mind to clear, and do a lot of meditation on this with this Hermit card. Oh, look, we've got the Empress. Oh my gosh, the Strength. Look at all this major arcana energy. Hold on, we'll get there. But it's telling you to just like really sink into this isolation, really focus on what your guiding light is. This is what this Hermit energy is doing. It's picking this guiding light. Remember I was telling you with the Chariot, stay focused, follow your star, right? Look, he's got the star on his head. Stay focused, follow your star, keep that star in your mind, keep going, keep pushing through barriers, take that long-term goal, and understand it might take some time. You're absolutely going to be able to do that. But this Hermit is getting clear on what this star is, what the goal is, what it is that you're shooting for. Because some of you might surprise yourself with what it is that you want to go after. Or the way that you want to approach it. And some of you might start over. You might decide to start from like the ground up. And that could be what this is saying. Like, yeah, well, I know I have this skill set that I can build, that people will pay me a lot of money for, but I really want to do this thing that I'm super intrigued by. I know I can always go back to whatever this is, but I really want to give this a try. And if maybe that comes from that holistic view of abundance, because look at this Ten of Cups, like you are wanting happiness, you're wanting joy, you're wanting a new beginning for yourself. And some of you want to downsize. Some of you see downsizing as like a part of that, living in a smaller house, reducing your finances so maybe you don't have to work as much or whatever this is. But there's something here where you're at a pivot point. You're able to like pause, take a breath. Pile number 1 was like a big pause button. So if you have the ability, or to what extent you have the ability, pile number 3, I feel like what this is saying is like allow yourself to inhale, exhale, like to go through a full breath. And I feel like this is on a grander scale of your life. So, and some of you have the ability to do this because you've built up some kind of a nest egg. It's only going to serve you going forward in the future. Now I want to talk about this because this to me is Uttara Falguni. Like I said, there's a ton of Uttara Falguni energy over here. And I feel like that's your energy, right? You're coming through as somebody who's very family oriented. Maybe you've built yourself up. Uttara Falguni is the energy of like you go to work and it's not too bad. You're home at 5. You spend time with your kids, you know, and you are a person who believes in working for higher causes and you put a lot of individual effort into whatever it is that you do, especially in your career. It is a sun dominant nakshatra, and that typically has a focus on career, and it can be associated with some kind of leadership energy. The Shakti power, again, of Uttara Falguni is that wealth through marriage energy. And then look, we've got this Empress energy coming through here. And this to me is Purva Falguni, the nakshatra right before Uttara. We talk a lot about those Falgunis. So there's the good life energy that's really coming through here. Purva and Uttara Falguni are not counterparts. I just felt like I needed to say that, but they certainly do have a lot in common. But this Purva Falguni energy that's coming through, this to me is the energy of the Empress, but just like times 10. Its Shakti power is procreation. It rules over marriage and children, and having some kind of creative ability. It's a strong social energy, very creative, very relaxed, kind of an energy. And so this could be a partner that's coming through. And the reason I say that is because Uttara Falguni, which is your energy, one of its Achilles heel, if you will, is that it can trust people with bad reputations and that it can't stand to be alone. So it's kind of funny that we've got hermit energy of being alone. You're at a hinge point and it all hinges upon you being able to be alone. Step back, consider your options, get clear on whatever this is that's going on around you to be able to move forward. So I feel like at the end of the day, pile number 3, what July holds for you is it is a kneecap. It is a joint. It is a pivot point for you where you get to stop, hopefully, in whatever way that is, and consider maybe starting something new. And I'm hearing Taylor Swift in my head. Today is never too late to be brand new. And that song is called Innocent, if you're still an innocent. So yeah, I feel like that's a big part of it. And I do just want to say that because I feel like if that is at least your guiding light in July of just, okay, you might have this tower moment. You might get something in writing that says, you know, look, you have to do this by a certain date, and the clock starts ticking, you know, that it's normal to be in this like very confused state of what am I going to do? What are all my options? But I feel like somewhere in that you're missing this opportunity, this Ace of Cups, this new opportunity that comes in for peace and harmony that the universe is trying to gift you. For some of you, this is an opportunity to make money. Because for some reason, I feel like that you're focused on money versus like assets or something at the moment. I don't know. Maybe there's something like that. But you are very adaptable and that's going to serve you. But I feel like the first step is spending time alone, being in this meditative space. Some of you guys, like maybe you're at a distance from a child and that's really, really disrupting your psyche. But I feel like this is like a long-term game or something. But with the 7 of Swords, we haven't talked about this one, like coming through from the Page of Pentacles. This is what's coming out of the situation. This is Venus and Aquarius energy. So you've got Venus and Scorpio energy up here that says that there is a relationship, whether it's a business relationship or it's a partnership that has maybe had some secrets. There's been cracks in the foundation for a while, and that needs to change. And because maybe it looks really good on the outside. That was coming through in pile number 1 too. There was a relationship with a lot of veneer on it. And then now you have this, what's coming out of this is this Venus and Aquarius energy, which is hope, it's healing, but it is also distance. And it's coming through from this Page of Pentacles. So maybe this is some of you guys like moving out and getting used to a rotation schedule. I do just want to say that with the Knight of Pentacles coming out in the future position, the Knight of Pentacles has a strong responsibility energy. So there could be something written that outlines your responsibilities in the situation, the other party's responsibilities in the situation, something like that. But yeah, with this Knight of Pentacles, this is independent energy for me as well because it's strong Critica. And there could be, because Critica rules over disputes, but it's, again, it's very driven. And its Shakti power is purification. So you have kind of fire energy coming through. So whatever scorched earth is going to happen, it's going to make way for the field to grow up anew again. Because this is Kritika into Rohini, and then Rohini's Shakti power beautifully is growth. So, and some of you guys are headed towards like public honors for whatever this is. It might take some time to build this up, but you could be recognized publicly for whatever this is that you're doing. So, and this has been like a very, very in-depth reading. But yeah, so I do just want to pull this back to, you have this adaptation card. Blackberries apparently can grow anywhere. They grow like up and around thorns. And it really is like that little flower that shoots up through the concrete kind of a vibe. That's what Spirit wants you to focus on. Know that you've got the stuff. You've got the metal. And I feel like for some of you guys, your metal has been tested here in the past. So it's saying like, just put that faith in yourself where it belongs because you have that. You already know you can do that. This is strong. Again, like, I feel like there could be someone else involved here. So someone could be looking at you like being very self-protected, or maybe this is you looking at someone else who's being like very self-protected. But I feel like this is somehow like a couple people that are involved. This looks like a family to me, because Sun is father energy, Mars is sun energy, and this earth energy, right, like kind of strikes me as like a mother energy. So why is he looking at her like that? One second. Picking out the details. What are these details? The tower of this tower. So, okay. Death. Yeah, so it could be this like earth energy here that has, and I want to say is probably female, or it's like this is something you've been at for a long time. There's earth, you know, and earth also is work energy as well too, but there's something here where it's like that's what's initiating this shock moment with the tower, this death transformation energy. There's a sense that maybe you were just going about your own business. You were building mastery in something, building a skill set, paying attention to the details, and then boom, like that, whatever this is. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, there's something to do with like wealth or assets or like how to move forward here with something. And you are just trying to figure out you're planning something out here from safety. And that could be distance, that could be physical distance, or I don't know. I get that there's strong distance energy here with you and another person. Yeah. So that's what I have for, oh, I didn't pull, so let's look at the energies that you can lean into, the energies that you can lean away from. Sorry, I almost forgot to do that. So for pile number 3, what energies, let's start with what they can lean away from. What energies can pile number 3 lean away from to bring about the best possible outcome in this situation? Tell you what's really bad about that is my brain went auto parts, because my brain is where like early 2000s jingles goes to die. Fool, you're nobody's fool, pile number 3. So leaning away from this, and this is interesting. Don't deny your emotional truth, right? So using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. Don't deny your emotional truth here. But with this Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. I feel like maybe there's a balanced energy here of like not showing your emotion, being a little bit isolated with this Hermit energy while you're thinking about healing, while you're trying to figure out what it is that you're shooting for. That is a crucial first step for this pile. Is don't just like go automatically spring into action. Take a moment, even if it's just a moment, to reflect. I think that for some of you it should be longer than just like a moment, but take that time to pause and reflect and decide where it is that you're going, because everything you do is going to be that much more powerful. Okay, so what energy should you lean towards? Storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Interesting. Just want to get one more. Hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Yeah, so maybe even just connecting with like cinema, stories, something like that inspires you, that yeah, that was coming out in pile number 1. You guys might want to watch that. Look, visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. There is something about that where I feel like you guys could win something much more precious than you even realize if you redefine that word abundance. If you redefine what that means for you, what success means, what happiness means, and you kind of take it from this 10 of Pentacles energy to this 10 of Cups, where this is emotional happiness, spiritual happiness. And I'm just hearing Oprah say, all is well with my soul. You know, when you lay your head down to sleep and pray the Lord your soul to keep, when it just feels like all is well with your soul and you did everything right, and you know, and you I don't know, you did all that you could do here. And that might, I don't know, for some of you, for some reason that might mean giving up more money in order to, I don't know what that could mean, but, and this was coming out in pile number 1 where they were in this vacation energy, and there was something that kind of kept pulling on their mind, their consciousness. But if they gave themselves permission to really be away and give their brain a break, that there was going to be some kind of creative solution or creative idea, just creative energy that was going to start flowing through them. And then look, Hermit, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. There's something strongly here about creative energy that's coming through with you being alone. And if you've been avoiding being alone, and that could mean in a business sense, you have avoided striking out on your own, and maybe you felt like you've wanted to do that for a while, but you had something really stable going on, or whether this is in like a relationship where you're afraid to be alone or to be away from family. For some of you guys, like, yeah, you're striking out away from your family because you have to in order to work somewhere different or something like that. But and look, there's strong distance energy that's coming through here in this pile. So distance, I would expect some form of like solitude, isolation, being alone in some way in July. There could even be like a message from a child, or they make you something like that. But this is all about moving you. Remember I said at the beginning, this is all about building strength. With this at the bottom of the deck, this bearberry. And this is mama bear energy in this deck because the bears eat this. It's like, yeah, it's being fierce and cuddly all at the same time. And I feel like it's building towards that. This is like definitely a building kind of an energy. It's just hard for me to tell if like you're completely starting over, there's like a scorched earth situation happening, or you've built something up here and so you've given yourself enough space to be able to start something different over here with whatever this is. But with the Chariot at the bottom, I just see you moving forward. And the Chariot comes after the Lover's card, where we assess our values. And the Chariot moves forward with a sense of values. So there's a strong sense of that here in the month of July as well, too. That's what this reflection is. That's what figuring out what your guiding light is. So I would maybe even look up some values exercises you can find online that'll help you. There's like guided meditations and things that'll help you pinpoint what your value system is. And then you can translate that down into actionable goals, actionable steps for yourself. And I'm telling you, it's just going to make you all the more powerful here. There's a sense of you going back and forth between two places here. I don't know if this is like you're moving. Yeah, it could be just like you're moving out or something. And you have to take multiple trips here. But I see your time being split between two places. The Chariots travel by boat or car. So some of you guys, you could be spending a lot of time in a car or on a boat. I'm on a boat and it's going fast and I got a nautical theme, Kashmina Afghan. Sorry, that was an SNL skit. Anyways, so yes, I feel like you have this Tower energy. I don't feel like it's completely catching you off guard. I feel like you kind of know to expect it. It's just you might be getting something in some form of writing where it's like very solid. And then it's going to grow from there. I just feel like you're looking a lot more prepared in the future for whatever this is. And you have like some kind of longer term goal for yourself. So anyways, I've talked to you guys long enough, pile number 3, but if you wanted to check out any of the other readings, I strongly recommend doing that. But anyways, that's what I have for you guys. If it resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.